From raging rivers that swallow entire villages to tornadoes that rip through towns in seconds, nature's power is a force beyond human comprehension. But even as it destroys, it also creates, leaving us both awestruck and humbled by its raw, untamed energy.
A jeep trapped in a mudslide stands as a silent testament to the disaster. Fortunately, it was unoccupied at the time. A determined driver, seemingly oblivious to the danger ahead, a catastrophic outcome. A breathtaking, unexpected sight from nature, a massive iceberg cabin. Passengers at an airport, bracing for 83 miles per hour winds, anxiously watch as the storm rages outside. A truck careens wildly around a curve, kicking up a cloud of dust in its wake. The unexpected strikes again. Another intense hailstorm blanketing the ground with a thick layer of ice. Rocks tumble down a hillside, unleashing a torrent of mud and debris. A devastating display of nature's raw power. A landsbound tornado touches down, its swirling vortex a mesmerizing yet terrifying sight. Flash floods engulf vehicles, swallowing them whole. A scene of utter chaos, a car somehow ends up lodged high in a tree. A delivery truck wedged into a narrow alley, a tight squeeze. Pigs, surprisingly, showing off their dance moves under disco lights. A landslide rushes down a mountainside, narrowly missing construction workers, a close call. A double rainbow arches over a tranquil ocean scene. A driver navigates a road during a severe storm. A section of a building's canopy rips away in the wind. Fortunately, no one was hurt. A worker shovels snow, completely unaware of a sudden snowstorm rapidly approaching. What timing! A massive avalanche thunders down a mountainside. Thankfully, no one was in its path. A car is overtaken by floodwaters. The force of the water is undeniable. A heartwarming moment as a cow leans into a car window for a gentle kiss. A vehicle attempts to drive across a snow-covered lake, a risky maneuver. A lighthouse stands defiantly against the winter storm. Boats tossed around like toys in a flood. The devastation is heartbreaking to witness. Hailstones pound a swimming pool, creating quite the spectacle. Cars are stranded in deep floodwaters, another unexpected turn of events. A residential area is battered by a storm, waves crashing against houses. Residents are trapped in the heart of the storm. A truck struggles to drive with an enormous bale of cotton atop its cab. This will not end well. A rock slide crashed down upon a road. Luckily, it misses any people nearby. A massive hailstorm blankets the ground. A pod of dolphins swims energetically near a boat. An airplane flies incredibly low over a residential street. A rock slide sends debris raining down onto a road. A gas main erupts in flames. A flash flood surges through a city street, overwhelming homes and vehicles. A fierce storm whips through a neighborhood, trees bending violently. A lahar, a fast-moving volcanic mudflow, engulfs buildings. A crane collapses during demolition work, creating a dramatic scene. Two goats, unexpected shoplifters, create havoc inside a store. A large snow avalanche closes down a mountain road. A storm gathers overhead, dark and ominous. A glider pilot encounters a close lightning strike, a harrowing experience. A waterspout tornado forms over the ocean. A large waterspout forms over the ocean, a rare and intense weather event. A severe storm with reduced visibility whips debris through the air. A large flock of birds takes flight, filling the sky. A flood sweeps through a city street, consuming homes and vehicles. A building's glass windows shatter as the wind howls. Luckily, everyone inside was safe. A truck side panel is ripped open by the wind during a drive-through order. A habu, a type of dust storm, sweeps across a road, engulfing vehicles. A bridge collapses into a river during a flood. A snowman decoration is swept away during a storm. A dangerous storm causes significant damage in Sao Paulo, Brazil. A person rushes to retrieve items from a balcony during the storm. A powerful gust of wind throws scooters and debris through a street. A storm brings strong winds and heavy rain. Cars are damaged in a storm. Thousands of snow geese take flight at once. Mount Stromboli erupts, sending plumes of ash into the air. A person walks through a hailstorm with an umbrella. A stadium's canopy collapses during demolition. A powerful storm surge sweeps through a coastal neighborhood. A flood engulfs a town in China. A map shows the extent of damage caused by the storm. A powerful gust of wind blows a traffic light down. A flash flood sweeps across a road, causing a car to become trapped. A tornado touches down in a field, its swirling mass a sight to behold. A rock avalanche near a stone bridge. A 15-story building is demolished in just 10 seconds. A person walks through a field covered in hailstones. A worker uses a jackhammer to remove large chunks of ice from a floor. A large house on a hill collapses during a landslide. Cars become fully submerged during a flash flood. Footage shows the collapse of the World Trade Center towers on 9/11s. A car is trapped and submerged in floodwater. A large flock of birds flies over a barn. A house's roof is damaged during a storm. A worker uses a large machine to move a huge block of ice. A flash flood flows powerfully along a road. A motorbike carries an enormous pile of boxes through traffic. A train passes over a bridge in Switzerland, which was later destroyed. A large chunk of ice breaks off from a glacier in Argentina. Footage shows a storm with strong winds and heavy rain. A camera is struck by a truck. Workers cut blocks of ice from a frozen lake. A car drives through a flood. A section of a bridge collapses into a lake. A building collapses following an earthquake. A severe storm brings high winds, heavy rain, and debris. A large section of a building's roof collapses. A shop's windows are broken by a storm. A flash flood surges through a neighborhood in China. Aerial view of a large industrial facility. Two goats are shown running through a store, knocking things over. Flooding covers the bottom of a stairwell. A person is shown walking through a large snowstorm. An avalanche of snow is shown coming down a snowy mountain slope. A car hangs precariously from a pole. Workers watch as lava flows from a volcano. Cars are shown submerged in a muddy flood. A man walks on the roof of a small building in a flood. A dust devil swirls through a parking lot. A person breaks up ice that has covered the floor of a room. A person is shown holding hailstones. A truck is shown sliding down a hill during a landslide. A family of elephants crosses a road. A landslide demolishes a building. A flash flood engulfs a city street. A severe storm damages a house. A large wave washes over a seawall. A large crane collapses during a storm. Cars are stuck in a sinkhole. Aerial shot of a city in South America. A worker is shown using a jackhammer. A flock of birds flies over a barn. A severe hailstorm is shown in Arkansas. Aerial shot of Lanquamaranhenses National Park in Brazil. A tornado touches down in a city. A volcano erupts, spewing ash. A truck falls into the water while attempting to reverse onto a ferry. Footage shows a tsunami in Japan. A group of people works together to pull a car from a sinkhole. A storm is shown sweeping through a city. A flash flood flows rapidly through a town. Seagulls are shown flying over an ocean. A car breaks through the ice on a lake. A camera is knocked from its position by a vehicle. A car becomes partially submerged in a flood. A powerful dust storm sweeps through a parking lot. A child is shown running during an earthquake in Indonesia. A landslide is shown falling from a cliffside. A flash flood sweeps across a road, covering cars. A dust devil whips through a parking lot and damages a business. A large hailstorm covers the ground with a thick layer of hail. A retaining wall is shown collapsing in a parking lot. Workers are surprised when they open the back of a truck and a large amount of water rushes out. A landslide destroys a road. A car is shown tipping over during a storm. Lava flows from a volcano. A tornado is shown near a barn. Trees blow violently in a storm. A rock slide falls down a hillside. A flash flood washes cars away. A flash flood surges over a low dam. Firefighters battle a large blaze. A boat is swamped by large waves during a storm. A building is shown collapsing. A car is shown driving through a severe storm. A dashcam shows a street lamp falling on a car. A truck's cargo container falls off. A large dust cloud is shown billowing up from a road. A building is shown collapsing. A car floats in a flooded street. A large avalanche of rocks and snow is shown falling from a cliff. A flash flood engulfs a street and carries away vehicles. A mudslide destroys a house. A house's roof blows away during a storm. A building's roof blows away during a storm. Large waves crash over a seawall. A mudslide destroys a road and damages homes. A large hailstorm is shown. An iceberg is shown breaking off a glacier. A baby dressed as Winnie the Pooh runs to hug Winnie the Pooh at Disneyland. A flash flood is shown sweeping through a residential area. A car is trapped in a muddy flood. Lightning is shown striking a building. Aerial view of a city in Cuba. A car is shown submerged in a flood. A wave crashed over a seawall. A storm is shown approaching a house. A person is shown collecting hail. A large ship is shown navigating through ice. A landslide sweeps down a mountainside, covering a road. A severe storm causes damage to a city. A car drives through a snowy area with snow falling from the sky. Cars are shown being carried away by a flash flood. A flood sweeps through a town, damaging houses and infrastructure. An avalanche is shown coming down a mountain slope. Hail covers a patio. A hailstorm is shown in northern Arkansas. A large wave crashed onto a road. A mudslide destroys a road and damages homes. A map displays the locations of earthquakes and tremors in Japan. Office lights shake during an earthquake. Waves from a tsunami crash onto land. A tornado is shown in a residential area. Aurora borealis is shown reflecting in a lake,